Oh, wait. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS. Peace, honor, and respect to you, brothers. That's laboring, edifying, rightly divine the word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to you, brothers and sisters out there. All right, the hopeful elect, which we all are. And what I want to get into in this lesson, all right, is if the Lord be for us, who can be against us? And that's nobody. Because once the Most High puts something in motion, nobody can stop it. All right. If the Most High wants you to be, that famous NBA player, nothing's going to stop it. All right. If the Lord wants you to be one of his prophets, nothing can stop it. All right. If the Lord wants you to be a bug out, nothing can stop that. All right. And I'm going to start here at Romans 8 and verse 28. It says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are called, to them who are the called according to his purpose. All right. Because everyone on the planet has a purpose. All right. Verse 29, for whom he did foreknow, he also predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. What shall we say then to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us? Again, no one. All right, nobody. And then I want to get Proverbs 16:7. It says, when a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. All right. And this account I'm about to get, we're going to see a firm example of when your ways please the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he'll make things smooth. Even your enemies will be at peace with you. And we're also going to see that if the Most High be for you, all right, no one can be against you. All right. So now I want to go to Jeremiah 37. All right, because Jeremiah had prophesied to Zedekiah, King Zedekiah at the time, and was letting him know that, hey, he need to change his ways. All right. Or basically Babylon, they was going to get destroyed by Babylon, which happened because why? Zedekiah didn't listen. All right. He didn't listen to Jeremiah, who was speaking to him, but directly from the Lord. The Lord was working through Jeremiah, all right, to get at Zedekiah, but he didn't hearken to the word. So you know what happened to him. But main thing we want to focus on is what happened to Jeremiah in this account. So Jeremiah 37, I'm going to start at verse 18. It says, moreover, Jeremiah said unto King Zedekiah, what have I offended against thee, or against thy servants, or against this people, that ye have put me in prison? All right. Because again, Jeremiah was, Jeremiah was in prison for prophesying what he didn't want to hear. Okay. And matter of fact, let's get this. Excuse me. All right. Matthew 24, I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. All right. For this word, for speaking this word, speaking the truth. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Many shall be offended. Many is offended when you bring out this word, just like Zedekiah was offended. That's why Jeremiah was asking him, hey, what have I offended against thee? Is because he brought he didn't want to hear what he had to say, which was the words of the Lord, okay, which brothers deal with today. All right. So, verse 19, where are now your prophets which prophesied unto you, saying, the king of Babylon shall now come against you, nor against this land? Okay. Meaning false, they was all basically false prophets. Let's go back to Matthew 24, because our Lord Yahushua warned us about all these things. Matthew 24 and verse 11, it says what? And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. All right, see? But verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Verse 13, but he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. Right. And that's the gospel, the good news. All right, and Lord willing, we endure to the end. All right. So going back in the account, Jeremiah 37, I'm start at verse 20. It says, therefore, hear now, I pray thee, O my Lord, the King, let my supplication, I pray thee, be accepted before thee, that thou cause me not to return to the house of Jonathan, the scribe, lest I die there. Right, meaning he's going to be killed. Verse 21, then Zedekiah the king commanded that they should commit Jeremiah into the court of the prison, and that they should give him daily a piece of bread out of the baker's street until all the bread in the city were spent. Thus Jeremiah remained in the court of the prison. All right. So now let's go to verse 38. Chapter 38. Starting at verse 1. Then Shephatiah, the son of Matan, and Gedaliah, the son of Pashur, and Jukal, the son of Shelemiah, and Pashur, the son of Malchiah, heard the words that Jeremiah had spoken unto all the people, saying, thus saith the Lord, he that remaineth in this city shall die by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence, but he that goeth forth to the Chaldeans shall live, for he shall have his life for a prey and shall live. So Jeremiah was letting them know, like, hey, and basically he was letting them know, like, look, if you stay here, you're gonna die. All right. But you go with the Chaldeans, you're going to live. You're going to be in subjugation to them, but you're going to still live. All right. So verse 3, it says, thus saith the Lord, the city shall surely be given into the hand of the king of Babylon's army, which shall take it. All right. Verse 4, therefore the princes said unto the king, we beseech thee, let this man be put to death. All right. For thus he weakened the hands of the men of war that remain in this city, and the hands of all the people, and speaking such words unto them. For this man seeketh not the welfare of this people, but the hurt. All right. So they wanted to put Jeremiah, they wanted to kill Jeremiah. All right. They like, why is this guy speaking this nonsense? All right. And they was offended. Just like our Lord said, many shall be what? Offended. And that's Israel today. Matter of fact, let's get the precept on that real quick. All right, let's go to Isaiah chapter 30. I'm gonna start at verse 9. Isaiah 30 and 9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits, right? And that's how Israel is today. All right. It ain't nothing changed. Verse 11, get ye out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us, right? And they ain't got to say it like that, but if they don't want to hear the words, that's basically what they saying. All right, just like they were saying right here. All right. Now back in Jeremiah 38, verse 5, it says, then Zedekiah the king said, behold, he is in your hands, for the king is not he that can do anything against you. All right, do what you want with him. Verse 6, then took they Jeremiah and cast him into the dungeon of Malchiah, the son of Hamelech, that was in the court of the prison, and they let down Jeremiah with the cords. And in the dungeon there was no water but mire. That's mud. So Jeremiah sunk in the mire. Okay, again, mire is mud. All right. Verse 7. Now when Ebed-Melech the Ethiopian, one of the eunuchs, which was in the king's house, heard that they had put Jeremiah in the dungeon, the king then sitting in the gate of Benjamin, Ebed-Melech went forth out of the king's house and spake to the king, saying, My lord, the king, these men have done evil in all that they have done to Jeremiah the prophet, whom they have cast into the dungeon, and he is like to die for hunger in the place where he is, for there is no more bread in the city. Then the king commanded Ebed-Melech the Ethiopian, saying, Take from hence 30 men with thee, and take up Jeremiah the prophet out of the dungeon before he die. All right. So Ebed-Melech took the men with him and went into the house of the king under the treasure, and took thence old cast clouts and old rotten rags, and let them down by the cords into the dungeon to Jeremiah. Then Ebed-Melech the Ethiopian said unto Jeremiah, Put now these old cast clouts and rotten rags under thine armholes, under the cords. And Jeremiah did so. So put these under your arms. Verse 13. So they drew up Jeremiah with the cords and took him out of the dungeon, and Jeremiah remained in the court of the prison. All right. Verse 14. Then Zedekiah the king sent and took Jeremiah the prophet unto him into the third entry, that is in the house of the Lord. And the king said unto Jeremiah, I will ask thee a thing, hide nothing from me. Then Jeremiah said unto Zedekiah, If I declare it unto thee, wilt thou not surely put me to death? And if I give thee counsel, wilt thou not hearken unto me? See? So Zedekiah the king sware secretly unto Jeremiah, saying, As the Lord liveth, that made us this soul, I will not put thee to death, neither will I give thee into the hands of these men that seek thy life. Then said Jeremiah unto Zedekiah, Thus saith the Lord, the power of hosts, the power of Israel, if thou wilt surely go forth unto the king of Babylon princes, then thy soul shall live, meaning you submit, you gonna be good, you gonna live. And this city shall not be burned with fire, and thou shalt live in thy house. But if thou wilt not go forth to the king of Babylon's princes, then shall the city be given into the hand of the Chaldeans, and they shall burn it with fire, and thou shalt not escape out of it. So again, meaning if you submit, go to the king, Jerusalem, Israel, Jerusalem, you gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be good. You be under subjection, but you're gonna be good. If you don't submit, all right, then guess what? you gonna be gone. All right. Verse 19, and Zedekiah the king said unto Jeremiah, I'm afraid of the Jews that are fallen to the Chaldeans, lest they deliver me into their hand, and they mock me. But Jeremiah said, They shall not deliver thee. Obey, I beseech thee, the voice of the Lord. See, obey the Lord. Listen to what I'm saying, which I speak unto thee, so it shall be well unto thee, and thy soul shall live. But if thou refuse to go forth, this is the word that the Lord hath shown me. And behold, all the women that are left in the kings of Judah's house shall be brought forth to the king of Babylon's princes, and these women shall say, Thy friends have set thee on, meaning your friends set you up, and have prevailed against thee. Thy feet are sunk in the mire, and they are turned back. Right, your friends set you up. All right, where are they now? All right. Verse 23, so they shall bring out all thy wives and thy children to the Chaldeans, and thou shalt not escape out of their hands, but shall be taken by the hand of the king of Babylon. Thou shalt cause the city to be burned with fire. Right. So if you don't submit, okay, you will be a mockery by the men and the women of your people. All right. Verse 24, then says Zedekiah unto Jeremiah, Let no man know of these words, and thou shalt not die. Don't tell nobody. Verse 25, But if the princes hear that I have talked with thee, and they come unto thee and say unto thee, declare unto us now what thou hast said unto the king, hide it not from us, and we will not put thee to death. Also, what the king said unto thee, then thou shalt say unto them, I presented my supplication before the king that he would not cause me to return to Jonathan's house and die there. All right. So, he basically just told him, hey, say you just beg. All right. Verse 27. Then came all the princes unto Jeremiah and asked him, and he told them according to all these words that the king had commanded. So they left off speaking with him, for the matter was not perceived. They didn't know what was going on. So Jeremiah abode in the court of the prison until the day that Jerusalem was taken, and he was there when Jerusalem was taken. Right. So Jeremiah, he seen the temple getting sacked, the walls getting knocked down, people dying. All right. He seen all of that. And see, that's why Jeremiah, he wrote Lamentations. All right. That's why he wrote Lamentations. Why? Because he's seen all of these things. And why is that? Because Zedekiah and his counselors, they didn't listen. They ultimately didn't listen to the words of the Lord. All right. That was coming through Jeremiah. Okay. All right. So Jeremiah 39. Let's see. Yep. Verse 1. In the 9th year of Zedekiah, king of Judah, in the 10th month came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and all his great army against Jerusalem, and they besieged it. And in the 11th year of Zedekiah, in the 4th month, the 9th day of the month, the city was broken up. And all the princes of the king of Babylon came in and sat in the middle gate, even Nergal-Shazar, Sam-Gar-Nebo, Sarshekim, Rabsaris, Nagar-Shazaret, Slakia, Nagar-Shar, Rabmag, with all the residue of the princes of the king of Babylon. All right. And it came to pass that when Zedekiah, the king of Judah, saw them and all the men of war, then he fled. He tried to run and went forth out of the city by night by the way of the king's garden, by the gate betwixt the two walls, and he went out the way of the plain. But the Chaldeans' army pursued after him and overtook Zedekiah in the plain of Jericho. That means they caught up with him. And when they had taken him, they brought him up to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, to Riblah in the land of Hamath, where he gave judgment upon him. All right. So they caught Zedekiah. All right. They caught him. He didn't listen to Jeremiah. They caught up with him. Now check this out, verse 6. Then the king of Babylon slew the sons of Zedekiah in Riblah before his eyes. Also the king of Babylon slew all the nobles of Judah. Moreover, he put out Zedekiah's eyes and bound him with chains to carry him to Babylon. So he killed his sons, he killed the nobles, and then he plucked his eyes out. And that was all judgment from the Lord because he didn't listen. All right. So the last thing he saw was his kids getting killed. All right. Verse 8. And the Chaldeans burned the king's house and the houses of the people with fire, and break down the walls of Jerusalem. Then Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, carried away captive into Babylon the remnant of the people that remained in the city, and those that fell away, that fell to him with the rest of the people that remained. So, basically, those who surrendered, he basically was like, come on, and took them. Okay. Verse 10, but Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, left of the poor of the people which had nothing in the land of Judah, and gave them vineyards and fields at that same time. So he made them sharecroppers, basically telling them all this land that we control right now, y'all good here. All right, y'all tending this land here. Okay, verse 11. Now when Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, gave charge concerning Jeremiah to Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard. Now check this out, saying, take him and look well to him, and do him no harm, but do unto him even as he shall say unto thee. So this is the favor of the Lord right here. All right. This this is the favor of the Lord right here. Verse 12. Take him and look well to him, and do him no harm, but do unto him even as he shall say. Let me get that precept again. All right. Let me get that Proverbs again that I opened up with. Proverbs 16:7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Now, you got to imagine, they did all this killing. All right. But then when it came to Jeremiah, they was like, nope, he's good. Him right here, you take him, do him good. And matter of fact, whatever he tell you, that's what you should do. See, this is a prime example of that. All right. If the Most High be for you, who can be against you? All right. You see what happened to Zedekiah? It's the complete opposite of what happened to Jeremiah. Verse 13. All right. So Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, sent, and Nebuchadnezzar, Rabsaris, and Nagar-Sharezer, Rabmag, and all the king of Babylon princes. All right. Even they sent and took Jeremiah out of the court of the prison and committed him unto Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, that he should carry him home. So he dwelt among the people. All right. So all the guys basically that just did all the killing, they took Jeremiah and set him with them. All right. That's basically what they just did. Okay. That's basically what they just did. Now the word of the Lord came unto Jeremiah while he was shut up in the court of the prison, saying, Go and speak to Abed-Melech the Ethiopian, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel. Behold, I will bring my words upon Salakia. Hold on. Salakia. Give me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. Hold on. All right. Salakia for that. Verse 16, Go and speak to Abed-Melech the Ethiopian, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel. Behold, I will bring my words upon this city for evil and not for good, and they shall be accomplished in that day before thee. But I will deliver thee in that day, saith the Lord, and thou shalt not be given into the hand of the men whom thou art afraid. Right? Because remember, Abed-Melech the Ethiopian, he helped Jeremiah. Verse 18, For I will surely deliver thee, and thou shalt not fall by the sword, but thy life shall be for a prey unto thee, because thou hast put thy trust in me, saith the Lord. All right. Let's go to verse 40. Jeremiah verse 40. And 1, the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord after Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, had let him go from Ramah, when he had taken him, being bound in chains, among all that were carried away captive of Jerusalem and Judah, which were carried away unto Babylon. All right. So he was took, but the Lord put the spirit on Nebuzaradan to say, take him away from them and bring him over here. Verse 2, And the captain of the guard took Jeremiah and said unto him, The Lord thy power have pronounced this evil upon this place. All right. So how do he know? How did he know? Because the Most High is telling him to tell Jeremiah. See, that's that favor. Verse 3, Now the Lord have brought it and done according as he hath said, because ye have sinned against the Lord and have not obeyed his voice. Therefore this thing is come upon you. And now behold, I loose thee this day from the chains which were upon thy hand. All right. If it seem good unto thee, come with me into Babylon. So he telling Jeremiah, like, hey, you free. You free. If you want to come with us, you good. and I will look well unto thee. You come with us, you good, we gonna look after you. But if it seem ill unto thee to come with me into Babylon, forbear. If you don't want to come, then go. All right. Behold, all the land is before thee. So Jerusalem, all this land right here, this you. Whether it seemeth good and convenient for thee to go, go. So wherever you want to go, you want to come with us, we gonna look well to you good. If you want to stay here, you good. Wherever you want to go, hey, you good. All right. Verse 5, now while he was yet gone back, he said, go back also to Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, whom the king of Babylon had made governor over the cities of Judah, and dwell with him among the people, or go wheresoever it seemed convenient unto thee to go. So the captain of the guard gave him victuals and a reward, and let him go. Right, gave him food and money. So everybody else got, Zedekiah, his sons got killed. He got his old eyes poked out. Everybody else got in chains. They told Jeremiah, like, that guy, bring him with us. Look well after him. Then they told him, hey, wherever you want to go, you good. If you come with us, we gonna look well to you. And that was all favor from the Lord, man. All right, because Jeremiah ways, okay, please the Most High. Proverbs 16:7, when a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies be at peace with him. See? So that was a prime example. Then I got what? That Romans. What was that? Romans 8:28. It says, Romans 8:28, it says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are called according to his purpose. All right. And we know Jeremiah was called to be a prophet. All right. But all things work well with him, even all of that killing and madness. Jeremiah came out on good. All right. He got freed. Verse 31, what shall we say then to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us, man? And Jeremiah ended up getting set free with basically food and money. All right. So before I close out, I do want to get this precept real fast. All right. Because when you go to Sirach 2, I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Right. And that was an example of Jeremiah. He feared the Lord. He did what the Lord said. All right. And guess what? His reward didn't fail because he got loose. All right. You seen the king got took down, and the last thing he seen was his sons getting killed. Verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Nope. Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? No. Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? That's nobody, man. All right. Let's go to Isaiah 65. Start at verse 12. It says, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I wherein I delighted not. And that was Zedekiah. That's why, guess what? The last thing he seen was his kids getting slain, getting slew, getting killed. And then his eyes got poked out. All right. Verse 13, therefore thus said the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And right. And that account should be a face booster, because in Jacob's trouble, okay, these are the things that we need to have faith in, that when all hell break loose, people starving, people dying, that we gonna come out unscathed. And when it's a famine, we gonna eat. All right. We gonna drink. All right. We shall rejoice in them times. Now that don't mean you're just gonna be partying up, but we gonna have that the Lord gonna put the spirit on us to make it through, man. All right, we gonna be all right. All right, verse 14, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Right, wisdom and stability. All right, this knowledge and this wisdom shall be the stability of our times. All right, the wisdom of the scriptures, going into these accounts, remembering these precepts and accounts. All right, that's why I got the Sirach 2 and 10. Think back, all right, of our forefathers. Okay, let me get this last one. I'm going to close up. Revelation 3 and 10. And what do it say? Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. Right. And that's what this the mind frame we got to go in. Like, you know, hey, that we going to be all right. Okay. When the MOTB is presented, we not taking it. We know we going to be good because the Lord on our side. All right. Again, when Jeremiah, all hell broke loose, temple getting sacked, people getting killed, women getting took, kids getting killed. Jeremiah, the people that was doing it, they told the Lord put the spirit on them to call Jeremiah out. Imagine everybody walking in chains, then they call chains and they call Jeremiah out and be like, hey, let that dude right there go though. Let him go. Just like when all hell breaking loose here. Okay, and people starving, people dying, people taking MOTB, and the Lord just had that spirit on you, all right, to be like, hey, I ain't down with that. That's basically you getting called out. Like, let that guy go though. You gonna have that the mark of the Lord, okay, to come out on top. All right. So the death angels won't, now will be martyrs. But I'm saying though, like you won't die infidel. Continuing on, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. See, to try them that dwell upon the earth, and we will be tried. Everybody will be tried, but the difference is the elect, they're gonna endure to the end. They're not gonna take the mark. Okay, they're gonna be like in the spirit, like Jeremiah. They're gonna get called out of that. All right. The Lord not gonna put it on their spirit to take the MOTB. The Lord gonna put it on their spirit to reject the MOTB and still be able to eat, still be able to drink. All right, when everybody else can't. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to the next lesson. Shalom.